Welcome back to B&B for Phone. Today is an absolutely thrilling day to dive deep into the chaotic, ever-changing world of our favorite Los Angeles fashion dynasty. Grab your coffee and get comfortable, because the drama we are unpacking today is completely off the charts and will change the landscape of the show forever. Let's be honest, the atmosphere at Forrester Creations has been incredibly toxic lately, and we are finally seeing the catastrophic results of poor management and unchecked egos. If you have been paying attention to the recent episodes, you have undoubtedly noticed a glaring trend. The young, vibrant talent at Forrester Creations is growing increasingly dissatisfied. The vibrant energy that used to fuel the design rooms has been replaced by resentment, frustration, and a desperate desire to escape. The younger generation of employees is practically running for the exits, and the executives at the top seem completely oblivious to the massive brain drain happening right under their noses. We are witnessing a mass exodus, and the implications for the future of the company are absolutely staggering. And you won't believe what happens next. We have already seen the shocking departure of Hope Logan. Yes, you heard that right. Hope has finally reached her breaking point and has officially left Forrester Creations. After years of pouring her heart, soul, and endless creativity into hope for the future, she has packed up her designs and walked out the door. But here's the surprise. She isn't leaving alone. Hope is taking her half-brother Deke with her, and they are both heading straight to Logan. That's crazy. This is a monumental shift in the balance of power. At Logan, Hope and Deke will finally have the creative freedom to express their talents without being limited, suppressed, or constantly second-guessed by management. They are stepping into an environment where their visions will be nurtured rather than stifled. Can you believe it? The primary reason for Hope's heartbreaking departure falls squarely on the shoulders of Steffy Forrester Finnegan. Steffy has completely failed to value the Hope for the Future line. Instead of supporting a brand that has brought immense profit and positive public relations to the company, Steffy has consistently marginalized Hope's contributions. Steffy refused to give Hope any solid guarantees about the future of her line, treating her life's work as if it were completely disposable. This blatant disrespect and lack of professional security left Hope feeling utterly dissatisfied and deeply unappreciated. It is no wonder she finally snapped and signed a contract with Katie's Logan fashion house. Steffy's personal bias against the Logans has officially blinded her business judgment, and she is essentially driving the company off a cliff just to settle old family scores. But the disastrous management decisions do not stop with Hope. Let's talk about the sheer arrogance of RJ Forrester. RJ has somehow managed to manipulate the situation to his ultimate advantage, successfully urging Ridge and Brooke to fire Will Spencer. Amazing! RJ, who has coasted by on his family name and Massimo Moroni inherited aggression, managed to convince his parents to eliminate his primary rival. Will is a genuinely talented young man with a sharp business mind, but because RJ felt threatened by him, Will was unceremoniously shown the door. Now Will has been forced to return to his family's company, Spencer Publications, taking his valuable skills and insider knowledge with him. RJ might be parading around the office acting like he won the ultimate victory, but he has actually just handed a massive advantage to a rival corporate empire. And wait, the injustice at Forrester Creations goes even deeper. We absolutely have to discuss the tragedy of Zende Forrester Dominguez. Let's be real, Zende is a classically trained, incredibly gifted designer who has put in years of hard work and dedication. Yet, he is currently drowning in dissatisfaction because he is constantly being compared to RJ, a guy who frankly possesses very little actual design talent. RJ just showed up, picked up a pencil, and was suddenly treated like the golden child of the company. The sheer disrespect towards Zende is a masterclass in how to alienate your best employees. Zende is so deeply frustrated by this blatant nepotism that he is actively seeking a leave of absence, much like Hope did before she permanently jumped ship. If Steffi doesn't wake up and realize what is happening, she is going to lose Zende forever, leaving the design team completely hollowed out. The slow-paced plot of the past few months is suddenly accelerating into a massive corporate nightmare. Forrester Creations is rapidly falling into a state of absolute crisis and deadlock. With Hope gone, Will fired, and Zende on the verge of walking out, who is left to actually do the work? The company is bleeding talent, and the current co-CEOs seem entirely incapable of stopping the hemorrhage. Steffi is too busy playing office politics and feeding her own ego, while Ridge is too easily swayed by whoever is yelling the loudest in his ear. The entire corporate structure is crumbling under the weight of their combined incompetence and personal vendettas. So, who is going to step in and fix this monumental mess? Enter the patriarch himself, Eric Forrester. Eric is a man of immense experience, unparalleled wisdom, and a deep, abiding love for the company he built from the ground up with Stephanie. Eric has seen every corporate battle, every hostile takeover, and every family feud imaginable. There is absolutely no way a man with his level of insight will fail to recognize exactly where these mistakes are originating. Eric can see that the root of this catastrophic collapse lies directly at the feet of Steffi and RJ. They have allowed their arrogance and personal biases to destroy the creative sanctuary that Forrester Creations was always meant to be. Will Eric actually take the drastic step of firing both Steffi and RJ? We at B&B for Phone absolutely think this storyline is entirely possible. Think about the incredible suspense this would generate. Eric loves his grandchildren, but he loves his legacy more. He cannot stand by and watch his life's work be dismantled by reckless, entitled behavior. Firing Steffi would be a monumental plot twist, stripping her of the power she has wielded so ruthlessly. Firing RJ would be the ultimate reality check for a young man who thought he could manipulate his way to the top without putting in the actual work. Eric dropping the hammer on both of them would be the exact kind of high-stakes drama that makes Bold and the Beautiful so incredibly addictive. And here is the ultimate plot twist that we are all desperately hoping for. The triumphant return of Thomas Forrester. If Eric cleans house and fires Steffi and RJ, he is going to need a savior to fill the massive creative void left by Hope and Zende. Who better than Thomas? Thomas is the only successor character who possesses the raw, undeniable generational talent required to pull Forrester Creations out of this dark abyss. Yes, Thomas has a complicated history, but his brilliance as a designer has never been in question. Bringing Thomas back would not only save the company's upcoming fashion lines, but it would also serve as a massive slap in the face to Steffi and RJ. Imagine the sheer cinematic perfection of Eric personally calling Thomas, asking him to return from his exile to save the family legacy. Thomas returning as the lead designer, completely bypassing Steffi's authority, would shift the entire dynamic of the show. It would force everyone to confront their past mistakes and acknowledge that talent and hard work must ultimately triumph over office politics and petty jealousy. We know the writers love to use replacement actors or bring back fan-favorite characters when the ratings need a boost, and a Thomas redemption arc tied to saving Forrester Creations from Steffi's disastrous reign would be absolute television gold. What do you guys think about this explosive theory? Do you agree that the young employees are totally justified in their mass exodus? Do you think Eric has the courage to fire Steffi and RJ to save his company? And will he finally bring Thomas back to reclaim his rightful place at the drafting table? We want to hear all of your thoughts, predictions, and theories down in the comments below. Let's keep this conversation going, because the future of Forrester Creations is hanging by a very thin thread. Thank you so much for tuning in to B&B for Phone, and we will see you in the next video with even more juicy updates.
What do you guys think about today's drama? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for your daily dose of bold and beautiful news. See you in the next video.